Hello, my friends, and welcome to this edition of Chewing the Fat, which is a podcast that goes along with the Earn More, Live More, Work Less subscription blueprint Substack newsletter. My name's Andy Lehman, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in. So I want to talk about, and I'm going to use the word carefully, I want to talk about the sexy figures of a subscription business. Now, that doesn't mean I'm talking about OnlyFans and Fansly and Admire VIP, which are platforms which have allowed people to create their own subscription-based businesses. It doesn't have to be just in the adult content, by the way. That's a lot of them are using those websites for that, but there are people on there who are using OnlyFans for their own subscription-based business, which is not adult themed. There are many different platforms, and I do believe that subscription businesses are going to be the future for online business, or for making money online for most people. Now, there are many various different ways of making money online, from affiliate marketing, publishing ebooks on Amazon Kindle, and Ream Stories, which is also a subscription platform dedicated for authors. This time, I believe that for most people at home, content creators, people who've got information, people who've got hobbies, people who've got specific niches that they enjoy. I mean, I saw a newsletter the other day for, I don't know if it's got many paying subscribers, but it was a newsletter on Substack, which was to do with DJs who were enjoying digging in the crates, as they call it, looking for old vinyl, old records. And so it was all to do with old music, which was very interesting. Now, I don't know how many fans it's got, but you imagine that there is a person somewhere in the UK writing this newsletter, and that there are countless thousands of people across the world who love music. There are countless thousands of people who used to be bedroom DJs back in the 80s and 90s, who was into hip-hop, house music, rave, acid and techno and all that kind of good stuff. They are probably still going around old record shops looking for the rare, or the records they never got to buy when they were younger. They're probably sourcing out a lot of their records on Discogs. And so for them, a newsletter which is about going around old record shops around the world could be something that they would want to subscribe to. And so this person is creating this newsletter, which he's publishing probably once a week or once a fortnight, once a month. I don't really know. I wasn't paying too much attention. But there is a newsletter, and this person is publishing it for, there's probably a market out there. And now the internet has given a lot of people the opportunity to make money from home, and I'm talking about the ordinary person, the everyday person. And so for people like you and I, we are content creators, we can create something like creating this video now, which is basically being done on a laptop with a piece of software that I think I pay about $30 for the whole year. If not, it's not a huge amount. There are free versions, so you can create a video like this. You can use Google Docs to write. If you've got Word, then you can use that, but you can use Google Docs, which is free to use. So people can create content using, take photographs with your phone. You can record videos with your phone. So there's all this content that people can create, and they can publish online from the click of a button, touch screen on your phone, and you're broadcasting. So if you use specific platforms, then you can take a subscription fee. And I do believe this is going to be the future of people making money online. Like I say, in a previous episode, I saw a guy on Instagram. He must pay for the Instagram Premium, and he was charging for people to look at his artwork. It probably wasn't a huge amount, but you only need a few hundred or even a few thousand people to make it incredibly profitable. Now, I've ran several membership subscription businesses over the years for different people. There was one I remember which had, I think it took about £11,000. Not sure what that'll be in dollars, but it was £11,000 in the first weekend, and that was through a direct mail marketing campaign. That was quite a few years ago. Another one that we did a few years ago for a company took about £4,000. That's probably about $5,000 in a weekend, again from a email that was sent out to an email list, and people were subscribing to that for at least 2.5 years. The numbers dwindled, but it was still there, publishing content, and the content was basically easy. Just did it on a Monday morning, published it, and people were paying $9.99 a week to access that. So just short of £40 a month, which is probably what in US dollars is probably $40, $45, $50 a month for this information is content. And so that website, that subscription business made quite a bit of money. Now, it was a specific content that people wanted for a while, and then it kind of stopped. But we are living in the world we are now in the content creator generation. I was going to say the influencer, but I know that they're saying that the days of the influencer are gone, but we are in the days of celebrities and personalities, and if you are a person and people are interested in you, people will follow you. As we've seen with the adult industry, we've seen with people on Instagram, people are liking people for what they do, for who they are, and to a point, how they look. But basically, this is something that is now available to virtually everyone on the planet, apart from probably in North Korea and other places where the internet is a little bit more restricted. Some places like Bangladesh, I know, don't have necessarily the right payment processes and stuff like that, but you can go and set up a profile, on one of numerous platforms I mentioned before: Substack, Patreon, OnlyFans, Ream Stories if you're an author, PayHip, probably even things like Thrivecart or Kajabi. You can create your own subscription-based businesses. You can create them through your phone using WhatsApp, Instagram chat. I mean, you can do them on Instagram and X, Twitter as it used to be known. What's the other one? Telegram. You can take, as long as you can take payment and you can deliver content for people at a certain time each week or month, then you can build a subscription business from the palm of your hand, from the comfort of your own home, wherever you are in the world. And so what I wanted to talk about is what I call the sexy figures of a subscription-based business, and that is because, believe it or not, the reason why I think this is the future for most people and why it's so exciting is that you can, from the comfort of your own home, basically sell content, the same content, to multiple people. So, for example, I use the example that if you were to write a newsletter per week, so that's 4 newsletters a month, so that's 4 weeks per month. So if you were to write 4 newsletters in a month and you charge $10 for the month for people to access those 4 newsletters, if you have one person paying you $10, then you will have just $10. But you write those 4 newsletters. If you have 200 subscribers who are paying for that $10, that are paying $10 a month for that 4 newsletters, then you are now at $2,000. And yet you are still only writing the 4 newsletters. You're not writing any more content. You are just creating those 4 pieces of content, those 4 newsletters. And so you have all these people paying to access the content because they want to access that content. It is the content that they're interested in. And if they like you, then they may continue paying, because as long as you're delivering what they want to read or hear or see, if you're delivering that and you are over-delivering, then if they can afford it, they will keep paying. Now, the great thing about this is you don't need to try and overcharge. Now, we do live in a world where if the information that you provide is life-changing, there is this idea that you can charge more. Yes, you can. If you can help someone make 10 grand in a month, then technically you can charge $1,000 for it, because if they put it into action and they make 10 grand, they're actually 9 grand in profit. So it's worth the $1,000 to them. If they can do it for every month after that, then they're really raking in the money. Paying £1,000 is a good investment, and that's how it works. Now, the majority of people don't, but there's a lot of people who will go out there and sell products. Someone recently tried to sell a product to me for $3,000. $1,000 of that dollars was basically going to be an affiliate commission for them. So as far as I'm concerned, it was $1,000 overpriced. And that is what's happening with a lot of the internet marketing world at the moment. The information that they sell is available everywhere, but they believe it's life-changing, so they put it up top dollar, then they stick another grand on to cover basically advertising costs, because every company, every business has an advertising budget, but instead of using it for themselves, they will contact 1 or 2 people, say, give me $3,000, I'll teach you how to do this. By the way, if you sell the same course or whatever, to somebody else, I'll give you $1,000 commission. And that's how they get these things. It's like network marketing. So people are charging a lot of money. With a subscription-based business, you can charge a small amount but get loads of people. And the great thing about charging, say, $5, $10, or even $15, or up to $25, is that you can have hundreds, possibly thousands of people paying, because it's not too much for them. Now, because we're living in a cost of living crisis at the moment, people need help. They need help to make more money. They need help to be able to save money. They need information. But when there's a cost of living crisis, when people are struggling to afford to pay for their rent, their food, their mortgage, their electricity, their gas, when people are struggling to keep the lights on, the first thing that goes is any major expense. So if you are charging, say, a $97 a month product, a lot of people have cancelled their Netflix, their Amazon Primes and stuff like that, their Amazon Video accounts because of the cost of living crisis, because they're expensive. Netflix not so bad. But if you were charging, say, $97 a month for information, that's the first thing that would go. But if you were charging $5 or $10 a month and it was useful and helpful, then it's usually one of the last things to go. So in that case, you get quite a lot of people paying a subscription amount and are willing to keep it until they can no longer pay. I mean, if your information is helping them, then they may carry on because it's obviously an investment. If it's just something like I mentioned earlier, the guy who was talking about digging the crates, going around records from record shops. If you're struggling, that kind of information is more entertainment. It's not necessarily going to help you, so you may cancel. Shauna McGuire, she's an author who's on Patreon. She's got about 3,000 subscribers who are making her around $12,000 a month by publishing short stories. Her cheapest tier starts at $1. So if people are paying, say, between $1 and $5 and then they're struggling, they may cancel that. But at the same time, they may not, because at the end of the day, it's cheap enough for them to, if they need some form of entertainment and they've cut back on everything else, it'll probably be one of the last things that they'll cut back on. So if you charge low, you can get lots of people and then you can amass the amount of money that you are wanting to earn. So with the people who want to make $3,000 per sale, that's great. You only need one person. But with if you were charging $10 per month, you just need 300 people. Now, 300 people is more than one person, but 300 people can afford $10 more than they can afford $3,000. So it's one of those things where you have to sort of weigh out which is best for you. However, like I say, the great thing about subscriptions is that you can, as long as you provide a lot of content, a lot of quality content that people want, you can charge low and get a large pool of people who are willing to pay for it. So let's have a look at some of these, what I call the sexy figures. So I mean, this is just something that I want you to think about, that you can do from the comfort of your own home, using your smartphone, using your laptop, your webcam, from anywhere in the world. So now, if you had a subscription business, whatever the content is that you're providing, because there's a whole range of content out there that will people purchase that I've seen. I can't remember the name of the website, but there's now actually a website, there's probably several, where people go and share photographs of their feet for people who have foot fetishes, who have feet fetishes and shoe fetishes. So they can actually buy photos of feet and they'll pay monthly to access. There's probably people on OnlyFans and Fansly who are doing the same thing. It's kind of an adult entertainment without it being too rude, I suppose, but people are actually making money sharing photos of their feet, and some people making good money sharing photos of their feet. So again, like I say, the content, there's so much out there that you can share, and there's probably a huge market of people who are willing to buy. So if you were charging $5 per month for your content, if you had 100 subscribers, you'd be making $500. If you had 250 subscribers, you'd be making $1,250. So if you had 500 subscribers, that will take you to 2,500, and 750 subscribers will give you 3,750. So that's just off a $5 subscription. 1,000 subscribers will give you $5,000. 1,500 subscribers will give you $7,500, and then 2,000 subscribers will give you $10,000. There are people who are making $10,000 a month publishing content online. I think some of them are charging around $10. So let's look at those figures now. If you were charging $10 a month, 100 subscribers, we give you $1,000. I mean, 100 people is not a huge amount of people around the world. It's not a large number, but if you had 100 people paying you $10, that's $1,000 in your pocket for content that you're creating at home. And like I say, if you create 4 newsletters, 4 videos, whatever it is you create, if you do that per week, you do not have to create more because you have more people. You're just basically selling the same content to more people, to multiple people. So at $10, 250 subscribers will give you $2,500. 500 subscribers will give you $5,000, So basically it's multiples of 10. So 750 is 7,500. 1,000 subscribers will give you 10 grand. 1,500 subscribers will give you 15 grand, and 2,000 subscribers will give you 20,000. And $10 is not a huge amount to charge. There are people who will charge more. So at $15, basically 100 subscribers will be 1,500, and if you went up to 2,000 subscribers, you'd be looking at 30,000. So at $15, you could possibly get 1,000 subscribers, which would still be $15,000 a month, which is not too bad, is it? Again, if you look at, like I said, there's Shauna Maguire. She's the author. She has around 3,000 subscribers at different tiers on Patreon, but she's making around $12,000 per month from her short stories. If you were to charge $20 per month, 100 subscribers will give you 2,000. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Just 100 subscribers, 100 people paying you $20 a month will give you $2,000 a month, which is not too bad for quite easy to create content. I mean, you're not going to be doing 8 hours a day for the next 39. You're not going to be doing 39 hours a week every week for the whole month creating content. You'll probably create it over a weekend, over an evening, publish it, and then you could earn an extra $2,000 from it. So 2,000 subscribers paying $20 would be 40,000. 1,000 obviously is going to be 20,000. So in there, it's a rather nice sort of figure. I mean, 250 subscribers will give you 5 grand, and if you had 500 subscribers, you'd have 10 grand. So I mean, that's not too bad at all. Who wouldn't want some of that? And like I say, this is something that I think is going to be the future. I know we're concerned about AI and stuff like that, but this is going to be the future of making money online for most people. Because there are people out there who are willing to spend money on receiving information, help, advice, entertainment, all kinds. So if you have life-changing information, then you could probably charge up to $97 a month. But I would spread it over a fixed term, so that'd be like 6 months or 12 months, and then sort of stop. I wouldn't want to keep regurgitating the same content in a new format just to try and squeeze $97 out of more people. But basically with normal, cheaper subscriptions, you can basically carry on each month until you decide to quit or people stop. So I think for most subscription businesses that are not particularly life-changing information, you could probably get up to $25 per month. So if you had 100 subscribers paying you $25 a month, you would earn a nice $2,500. 250 subscribers will give you $6,250. 500 subscribers will give you $12,500. 750 subscribers will give you $18,750. 1,000 subscribers will give you $25,000. 1,500 subscribers will give you $37,500, and 2,000 subscribers would give you $50,000 a month, which is a huge amount and possibly not going to happen right away. But there are people who are earning good money each month. I mean, there's one guy who, I believe his name is Noah Smith, I mentioned him before, on Substack. He's making around $800,000 to $1 million a year on his subscription, and I know that there are others, but there are plenty of people who have over 2,000 subscribers, and some people are actually charging more than $25 a month for their subscription business. So it's basically unlimited. It all depends on what your content is, what your content can do for people. Is it entertaining? Can it help people? How much you can create? Is there a large market for it? And it also depends on what you charge. But at the end of the day, most people can run a home publishing subscription-based membership business from the comfort of their own home using their mobile phone, the laptop, and the figures are actually impressive. Now, obviously, you need to get people to sign up, and that's going to be a discussion for another Chewing the Fat podcast in future. But yes, you do need to do some extra work. It's not just a case of doing the content. You do need to get people to sign up. But again, if your price is attractive enough and there's enough content there for them to learn from, enjoy, and you're going to keep over delivering at a price that is reasonable, then there's absolutely no reason why you can't get more people. But like I said, there's also a flip side to that. You don't necessarily need to have 2,000 subscribers, because instead of charging $10 a month, you could charge $25 a month, and then just 500 subscribers would be a lot better for you. It depends on what your content is, what you can charge, who you are, and all that kind of thing. But the point is, the most important point is that a subscription-based business is something that is available to most people, virtually everyone in the modern Western world, and it's a great way to make money. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. Thank you very much for listening. I'll hopefully see you in the next video podcast, and have a great day. Cheers, bye-bye.